Kaya tingnan nyo, Pastor, marami sa mga tao nasasaktan kasi bakit? Yung kinakapitan nila ng pag-ibig at ng buhay nila, hindi panghabang buhay. Money, sex, power, yun na naman bumabaksak lahat eh. Pero if you just want to really have the peace that God wants you to have, kailangan siya talaga first love mo.
Welcome to Against the Flow, the podcast with Jordan.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome sa isa na naman brand new edition of ATF the Podcast. Ako po si Jordan. With me right now is a good friend of mine. He is the senior pastor of Generation 316, author of best-selling book, Love Struck, and a bunch of them have been written. We'll ask him more about that. And also a bunch of conferences that are happening, gathering thousands of love-struck people. And he's been a husband for 21 years. And tama-tama, we have Mr. Lovestruck on the program. Please welcome Pastor Ronald Mulmisa.
Fist bump mo muna, Pastor.
Yon! That's what I'm saying. Kamusta?
Honestly, the first time I visited this place, well, matagal na, 2004 pa, no?
Well, welcome back
Thank you, Pastor.
sa Taytay Rizal. Okay naman ang biyahe mo? No
Ayos naman.
traffic?
Wala naman traffic niya sa Highway 2000.
And are you okay? I mean, we were supposed to do this a week ago, pero you got a little
Yes,
sick.
I needed a good rest, Pastor, kasi marami tayong leading to the conference, very toxic ng schedule.
Oh,
At,
man.
kailangan nating slow down konti.
Yes.
Baka mag full blown baka lalo tayong maging dysfunctional eh.
So I can't imagine the stress that goes with organizing these conferences. So it'll be at Cuneta again.
Yeah, February 28, Cuneta Astrodome. And I hope you can visit yung aming page, yung Lovestruck Movement FB page. Lahat ng detalye about it nandun sa page na yun.
But I want to rewind way back. You know,
Yeah.
I want to get to know the dissect natin si Mr. Lovestruck. Because he is like one of those love gurus. A Christian. Oh, talagang, I want to know what makes this guy the expert of this. And, being married for 21 years, has that helped you write any of those books?
Pastor, honestly, I don't consider myself as an expert. Siguro specialist. Siguro
Specialist?
mas
okay.
appropriate kasi pag sabi kasing expert, parang you know everything na more or less, no? Pero I started really the ministry during my campus ministry sa Rizal High School. Way back by 2005. Ang tagal na, no?
So that's
21
when it
years.
started, the whole thing.
Mainly because marami na ako nababasang libro. I'm a product ni Joshua Harris. So, alam niyo siguro na yan kay Joshua Harris.
Mamaya pag-usapan din natin yun.
So, ang nangyari, I was looking for a book na pwede kong ibigay sa mga estudyante. Para at least madil yung mga issue nila. Kasi, di ba, pag nasa campus ministry ka, meron kang mga lalapit sa'yo, mga heartbroken, mga something like that. Marami sila. So, sabi ko, kailangan ko magkaroon ng materyales. During that time, marami naman. Pero, nagkataon, hindi relatable in a way kasi yung language.
In Pinoy context din.
Yeah, and also in language. Marami English eh. Sabi ko, magsimula na lang ako ng seminar. Ang Lovestruck book nagsimula sa seminar. At during that time, trivia. Dati mayroong pelikula sila, Jeneline Mercado ba yun? In Lovestruck. Yun ang inspirasyon niya bakit nagkaroon ng Lovestruck seminar.
Okay.
So, just to give you an idea. Kasi it's a product of its own time. And then, nagsimula ako sa seminar. And then, I started, jotting down notes. I had surveys. Nagsa-survey ako eh. Bawat seminar ko, meron akong 5-minute survey. Yung mga sagot sa survey na yon ay yung naging content o contents ng libro kong Lovestruck. Yung white. So sa lahat ng mga
Yun yung pinakaunang edition.
Love mo siya, sure ka ba? And then shoutout kay Ate Ina Reyes na siyang nagbuo ng subtitle ng OMF Literature, yung Lovestruck, love mo siya, sure ka ba? And it was a hit, no? Honestly, hindi ko pinangarap na magiging sikat. I just wrote that mainly because I needed the material.
So that's the first, and then today, up to today, there's how many Lovestruck
Sa corpus ng Lovestruck books, meron ng 8.
Okay.
So, sa color na lang natin tingnan. White is Lovestruck, love mo siya, sure ka ba? Then sumunod yung red, yung singles. And then, nung lumami ang issue ng premarital sex, pati, sexual abuse ministry, sinulat ko yung black, sexy edition. And then, yung marami nasaktan, yung blue, sakit edition. And then, nagkaroon ako ng lisensya sa pagkakasal, kaya gumawa ako ng materials for premarital counseling. Lumabas yung sweetheart edition, yung green. And then, after that, di ba, may sakit edition. Marami namang gustong mag-heal. So, yung orange, sakit no more. Tapos, dumating sa punto, may tatanong sa akin, na paano ko malalaman kung siya na ba ang dawan, nagkaroon ng gray, siya na ba? Lahat yan S eh. And then, yung pinakahuli, holistic loving sa mga may asawa, tsaka may jowa, yung sana all. Yun yung pinaka-volume. 8 siya.
So meron na ba yung parang ala Harry Potter na
Well, I don't know kung
ano,
ilalabas ng OMA. Pero you can buy naman yung mga books sa
ayos yun,
Lazada and
paisa-isa.
Shopee.
Parang encyclopedia yan ng love life para sa Pinoy.
Yeah.
So that is so exciting. But hindi mo pinangarap maging author. You just wanted to really help the young people na Filipino.
Yeah.
And then God gave you these ideas.
Yeah, yung
for
platform
seminar.
kasi, Pastor, ng pagsusulat, I really started as a writer. Pero yung maging accomplished author na every year may ilalabas, siguro it has been a ministry. Kaya ang punto ng buhay ko, I write mainly because I want to reach more people. Kasi kung tayo magsasatalang kung saan-saan, mahirap kung ma-reach yung maraming tao eh. One thing na hindi ko makakalimutan, meron akong kaibigang misyonero sa Quezon. Sabi niya, Pastor, alam mo ba, yung libro mo umabot na dun sa bundok ng Quezon. Nagmi-mission sila, nabigla sila. May libro yung mga bata sa liblib na ng Quezon ha. So, sabi ko, nakakatuwa naman to. Yung hindi ko maabot, naabot ng libro. Kaya I really encourage for those of you who want to write for God's glory, you really have to do writing. Kahit ngayon, social media, di ba, nasimula tayo sa vlogging, yung vlog, writing. Then may vlogging na ngayon. Do whatever you can to reach more people. So, in my case kasi, siguro dahil introverted. Maniwala man kayo sa maniwala kayo. May introverted ng major character ni Pastor. Kaya I always think I do things not necessarily through speaking but through writing. So, naging editor-in-chief ako ng campus newspaper namin nung high school. So, siguro ayun na rin. Siguro yung buhay ko talagang meant really to write and to reflect.
And before Love Struck,
Yeah.
what kind of stuff were you writing?
Yeah. Academic.
Okay, mostly academic
Ng
stuff.
writing kasi I used to be a faculty ng different universities.
Okay.
So, parang di ba, parang ganito lang naman. Hindi mo naman minsan daw pinipili yung ministry mo. Ikaw mismo yung ministry. Kumbaga, hindi ka babaguhin ni Lord. Yung personality mo meron ka na, ayun yung gagamitin ni Lord para mag-glorify mo siya. So, since I'm already in the teaching, pati writing ministries, so ayun na yung yung naging path ng ministry ko.
So, you saying you're an introvert. Does that help somebody write better?
Well, not necessarily pag introvert ka ay magaling ka magsulat. Ang sinasabi ko lang siguro, ang mga introverted kasi hindi masalita. Yung talagang introverted yung talagang Although may sinasabi sila, meron na daw ambivert, meron ang angry bird na daw eh.
Angry bird.
So ang
May hybrid.
sinasabi ko lang, yung
Hybrid.
angry bird yung laging
Hybrid.
laging galit. So ang sinasabi ko lang basically, malaking tulong na you do not always talk.
Okay.
Kasi may isang prinsipyo sometimes you need to be silent, sit with your emotions so that you can process it well. Kasi yung buga ka ng buga, yung mga buga ng buga, ang babantayan mo doon, baka hindi na sila nakakapag-isip, nakaproseso. So, may tendency to be introverts kayo mga nakikinig. Lakas nyo yan, strength nyo yan.
Okay.
Although, may flip side kasi introversion Pwede maging weakness pa rin. Yung parang ayaw mo makisalamuha. Kasi ang tunay na introvert, Pastor, itong qualities. Number 1, hindi ka masalita. Magiging komportable ka lang kapag komportable ka na doon sa circle mo. Honestly, sila, selectively social, ang mga introverts. Tapos, nauubos ang energy kapag may mga interaction.
Yeah.
So, kaya sabi ko, bantayan nyo rin na sometimes, mga pastor, di ba? Siguro ang hirap magpastor pag sobrang introverted ka, no? So, you have to deal with people.
Yes.
So, pero sa tulong ng Panginoon, you can overcome naman yung mga kahinaan na yun.
So if you're an introvert out there, would you say baka writing's for you? Baka I don't know. I mean nowadays I find myself asking myself, am I introvert or napilitan na maging extrovert? Pero hindi naman ako makasulat ng libro hanggang ngayon. I mean, I'm trying. So maybe I'm not an introvert because hindi ako makasulat ng book. I mean, I remember hosting your 2016 one, 2015. I
Tsaka
forgot.
2020.
Ano yung Redeemed?
ano ba yun? Kalimutan ko na, Pastor.
Uso pa yun yung Regine, woohoo! And sabi ko, redeem, woohoo! Pinost ako
2016 yun,
2016. Ayun, I remember, I posted, I tweeted, I will write a book because I was so inspired sa inyo. And then during that time, I was trying na talaga, little by little. And then came my thesis. So I said, okay, thesis muna.
Yes.
So, natapos ko na yung thesis. So now,
Ayun,
sabi
Pastor,
ng wife ko,
i-publish mo kung gusto mo.
ayun. Mamaya, mag-ask din ako sa inyo ng
yes,
tips on
sige.
how I get it done because I just find myself overwhelmed with the busyness and, of course, talking a lot.
Yeah.
If I could just get somebody to get everything I'm saying and then put it in a box.
Well, one way, Pastor, di ba you have
Record.
your podcast, transcribe it.
Yeah?
Then, you can put that in written form. Although, magbabago ka lang ng konting mga styling doon. Pero, that's the easiest way.
Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, how do I do this in a way that it will produce? Because when I'm behind the laptop, I mean, I tried for 2 months. Pumunta sa Washington State.
Pero, Pastor,
inisip ko.
bis muli, hanga ako sa iyo sa mga one-liner mo. Magaling ka doon.
I don't know. I don't even know where that came from. I mean, nowadays, it doesn't make sense to me na since nagsasalita ako and then nagra-rhyme or nagkakaroon ng whatever na click. I don't know. I mean, but don't interview me. I want to interview you. So going back to Love Struck, its birth, its origin story. You were a writer and then you did a little surveying and then you did a seminar and then the book. So the book came first and then the conference.
The conference, yes. Well, yung conference nag-start yan 2012, December. Ang plano talaga basically is this. Igagather ko lang yung mga nagbabasa ng libro. Kasi, napansin ko parang dumami yung nagbabasa. Then, ang first conference namin, dito sa may ICA ba to? I forgot the name. Yung sa Mandaluyong.
Yeah, I know that church.
ICA, like, the Mayflower dati.
Pastor Jesse's. He went there. I was just there 2 years ago.
ICA Church.
Basta, siya, may charismatic, right?
Yeah, International Charismatic Church.
Yeah, there you go.
ICC. So, we gathered siguro approximately 1,000 people.
Kasi we had some young people volunteer there. I remember
Talaga.
that. I remember.
Pero sabi ko,
Sina Abby yata.
talaga ha? Patawag sila Abby. Nasa US na ba siya ngayon?
2012 pala yun.
Yeah, 2000 ano yun? 2013? 2013.
Tingnan mo, yung mga single doon, may mga anak na ngayon at kasal na.
So, sabi ko, mga thunders na yung mga mga nag-mature na.
Mga graduate.
Yes, kaya we're now engaging a
Alumni.
new generation. And we'll talk about that later siguro. Ang nangyari, hindi ko inaasahan na may following pala siya. So God spoke to me. Ito ang nangyari. After the conference, ang natirang pondo sa amin, nasa 2,500. Kasi after ng mga expenses, tapos I treat yung mga volunteers, kumain kami sa Mega Mall, natira 2,500. Pero sinabi sa akin ni Lord malinaw, you have to start again a conference sa Cuneta Astrodome. Well, I don't know if you believe in this, pero I really heard that voice. Magpunta kayo sa Cuneta. Kaya lakas na loob ko. Pastor, kung may 2,500 ka, Cuneta Astrodome mga susugod ka. Unless you have that kind of God-given faith, hindi ka susugod. Kaya, ang pinaka-lesson sa akin, basically, huwag kang kikilos pag hindi mo narinig mismo sa Panginoon. Kasi kung ikaw lang yan, ay, nako, disaster yan. And the rest was history.
So you went to Cuneta, and then it's been your, kumbaga, Las Vegas sa fighting, di ba? Parang the mecca of Love Struck.
Nagpahinga lang kami, Pastor, dahil sa pandemic, 2020. Pero we went to Word of Hope.
How many books again? 7?
Yung Love Struck, 8. Then I have another series sa Pastor Phil, 3.
Okay.
I have a co-authored book, Pinoy Big Values with Pastor Ray Crisaldo. Ilan na? So,
Okay, madami.
12.
Okay. But which one is the pinaka parang the hit or pinakamaraming nagbili?
Sa Love Struck, based on my royalties, ang pinakamaraming usually bumibili yung singles.
Singles.
Yung
Daming
red.
singles.
Yung red.
So, ito ba, Pastor Ronald, gusto nilang pagigihin yung pagiging single nila at ayaw na umalis sa
Siguro,
pagiging single? Or gusto nila to para makaalis sila sa pagiging single?
Many are asking questions. Pero, kindly pray if I could finish the book within the year kasi sabi ko, Pastor, para tayong abale. I have another book for this generation. Siguro, pwede ko na sabihin yung title.
Okay.
Jowa ka na ba? So basically, I hope I can finish before this first half of the year ends. No? Ang punto ng libro, Nag-iba kasi yung dynamics ng relasyon, lalo na we have the Gen Z, the Gen Alpha, the technology. So i-discuss ko doon basically yung basic skills, perhaps yung relationship skills that you need to have bago ako pumasok sa relasyon. Na madalas kulang ang marami kaya nasasaktan.
Tama. You know, actually, I've also thought about writing a book with love theme, you know, aside from Against the Flow. That's the original book kasi I want to write the story then of how I got into this. But at the same time, ang ano siya, parang marami akong kwento.
That's nice,
na
that's nice.
paano ang Against the Flow life, kumbaga, na napagdaanan ko. But at the same time, I remember many years back, parang the Lord gave me a title then for, if I were to write a love book, and I'll let him hear it and you hear it as well, but it's like, How to Fail in Love Fast. Parang gano'n.
Wow.
Ang baliktad. Di ba? Parang a little reverse. Because I have, love versus lande, yung mga ganon. So I'm thinking of taking all that material and just putting it in there. Yan, if you want disaster.
Pastor, ano mo ko? Message mo lang ako if I
Okay,
can be
okay.
of help.
Ito magiging mentor ko sa book, sa author. Si Manoy sa social media. Sabi ko, ikaw na ang ano ko dito. Okay, so anyways, Love Struck book and then the conferences. How many conferences ever since?
Since
that you started?
2013, so almost mga 12, ano na.
And it's always been in Cuneta na.
Nagpahinga kami nung pandemic. The last time na we had our conference sa Cuneta, 2019. Sa parang Jubilee year, after 7 years.
So is
Bumalik
Pastor
kami.
Gary like a big part then of of how we get Cuneta to be? Or does he help?
Si Gary, shout out kay Gary. Gary Reala. Yeah, isa yun sa mga contact natin na nakakatulong sa ministry.
In-interview ko yan. Siya yung isa sa mga unang nagka-COVID eh.
Wala nga.
Nung sasabi ko, I want to get your story. And maganda yung testimony niya.
That's nice.
And I forwarded it to people na nakilala ko na nagka-COVID na kinakabahan. So, maganda yung nangyari. But thank you din kay Pastor Gary dahil nakalaro ako ng basketball doon. No?
Nasa Sports Commission ng PCEC yata siya.
Pero pickleball na kasi si Pastor Gary. Basketball tayo ulit. So, Pastor Ronald, sa mga conferences, ano yung pinaka-challenging na or yung bang pinaka-challenging yun din ng pinaka parang naging patok na conference, pinaka-maraming attendance or tell us about the conferences. What is it like?
Organizing a conference really would entail a lot of I would say planning. Kasi I have my local church. Iba pa yung Love Struck Movement as a para-church organization I lead. Wala siyang fixed na staff. And I consider that as a movement. That's why even my Love Struck worship band, iba-ibang mga churches yon. And you have to deal with characters. Isa yon.
Okay na ba? Nabuo na ba yung for this one?
Yeah, meron na kaming Love Struck worship. Pero pabago-bago composition yon. Kasi minsan yung mga nag-involved before, hindi na pwede ngayon. Pero intact yon. Pero I have my regular, mga members. So shout out to sa usually na Love Struck band leader ko si Jason Dolotina. Pakibisita niyo Adonai Recording Studio. So isa siya talagang naki-journey sa Love Struck movement. And then you also have to recruit staff. So sinabi mo nga kanina, yung mga dating mga volunteer, may mga asawa na ngayon. So I had to look for new faces, mga bago dugo, young blood.
Pastor Ronald, abangan mo pala. Malapit na rin siguro na yung mga volunteers mo dati, yung anak nila magiging volunteer.
Ayun nga. Kaya yung mga shoutout sa lahat ng mga nakadalo ng 2014, kung kayo youth leader pa ngayon, padaluhin nyo sa 2026 event yung inyong mga miyembro. So yun, Pastor. And also, of course, finances. Kasi unlike other conferences na inorganize ng mga grupo na denominational, meron talagang church which can sustain yung operations. Talagang we really have a zero-based budgeting.
So yun ang pinaka-stress siguro. Stressful.
Honestly, sa tulong ng Panginoon na ma-manage in a way. Pero ayun nga I hope people would understand na whenever Love Struck Movement would organize conference, hindi siya business. Kasi minsan sasabi ng iba, 'di ba? Business 'yan, something like that.
Pera.
Ako magsasabi sa inyo, importante ito, ang aming budget would depend too much on ticket sales. And usually, Pastor, since ministry ito, nagsashy away minsan yung mga commercial. Honestly, we do a lot of solicitations, fundraising. But the problem with that is marami sa kanila may mga ex-deal hindi namin kayang ibigay. Marami talaga mga conditionalities . Pero ang punto ito, since this is God's ministry, I believe, and sabi ko nga, my faith is always, si Lord magsusustain ito. So, isa sa pinaka-challenging talaga is yung time to organize. Kaya itong 2026 event, February, nasa isip ko na to 2024 pa. Mag-isip ka na kung saan ka kukuha ng pera.
Advance mag-isip.
Yeah, and also I think a lot of friends na tumutulong aside from the ticket sales, may mga kaibigan tayo na regular na nagbibigay ng tulong financially. Ayun yung nagsusustain. And of course, OMF, thank you sa mga royalties. Ano siya nagsustain, just to give you an idea. I write books mainly because I believe yun din yung gagamitin ng Panginoon for me to do this.
So, yung books, I want to ask about royalties. How does that work? Like, okay, you write the book, they will publish.
May certain percentage ng,
And then,
ng price ng book mo na SRP.
every now and then, they go to you and say, hey, congratulations, here's a check. This many books were sold on the shelf.
Usually annually na binibigay.
Annual.
Annually binibigay yan.
And what's the good year?
The good year is the first 3-4 years.
3 or 4 years.
Nagbago kasi landscape ng reading community.
Online.
Yeah, bumabas yung mga e-book. At mapansin nyo, di ba, kahit yung National Bookstore, naging school supplies bookstore na lang siya. Kasi mukhang hiniwalay na nila yung book
Palit
arm
ng
na-
palit.
Palit ng palit ng National Bookstore.
Parang sinale na nga nila yung mga books sa ibang branch na talagang they're trying to get rid of.
Nag-iba yung yung tawag ba doon, yung proseso nila ng pagbebenta ng libro.
Pero marami pa rin dyan na gaya ng wife ko, she still prefers talaga yung,
Yes.
just like with the Bible even.
Yeah.
Don't always rely on this for your Bible. Ako, I barely use this for Bible
Hindi mo
reading.
ma-highlight ng-
Pag talagang lang, pag
emergency.
pag alimbawa
convenience.
naiwan or then I will use this for reading. But for my regular reading, it's still, nothing beats the Jet 2 Holiday. the book talaga na you can touch and feel and open and di siya nalolo but maganda
that's true,
rin.
that's true.
Now, so the conference, and going back, I keep going back to the book and the conference. What is more challenging? Writing a book or organizing a conference? What is more stressful? Yun lang yung
Of
tanong.
course, yung conference
Mas
building,
nakaka-stress.
Nakaka-stress kasi
Relax
as I
ka
said,
lang.
you have to deal with people and may deadline ka particular. My writing style really is I'm a slow writer.
So wala din deadline sa
May
sa
deadline din pero I can manage well kasi una-una tanggalin ko lahat ng ginagawa ko, then I'll focus on that.
Meron kasi akong mga movies na napanood yata where the writer is like forcing himself to write something.
Yeah.
So punta siya sa bundok, whatever, para makakuha ng inspiration na magsulat.
I'm not like that.
Okay.
Sorry, iba-iba kasi ng writer eh. May mga writer's block kung tawagin ng block, talaga maibigay na. Ang problema ko usually, ito, shoutout sa aking misis, kay aking my dearest G. Siya na mismo pumipigil sa akin, ipasa mo na yan. Kasi yung perfectionist in me,
Yeah.
imagine mo, diba, ang conception ng bata sa loob ng sinapupunan, 9 months. Kung ako nandun na sa sinapupunan ng 9 months, minsan tumatagal pa ng 10 months. Kasi I really have to know kung ano yung mga dapat pang improve. So, more or less, mas manageable sa akin ang pagsusulat in a way. Although, sabi ko rin sa aking publisher, sabi ko, I cannot submit a manuscript na hindi ako masaya. Yun lang yung rule ko.
Okay.
Kasi ang punto, hindi ako, ano patawagin? I'm not an enterprising writer, yung para lang may maisulat. Kaya itong sinusulat kong libro, itong Joan Jawakan na ba? Isang taon at kalahati ko nang pinoproseso ito. Honestly, na siya more or less matatapos na siya. I don't want to preempt lang. Pero may isa akong libro na sinulat na hindi ko kailanman makakalimutan. Kasi talagang hininog ng karanasan. Ayun yung pinaka-latest ko sa mental health. The struggle is real. Sayang, di ako nakapagdala ng libro ng display.
Imagine na lang.
Imagine na lang.
Background.
Kasi
Pero dahil yung hanapin yan.
nagsimula yun, Pastor, bago mag-pandemic, March. Pinalano ko siya matapos ng December ng March 2020. Tama ba? December 2020. And then, wala. Daming pagsubok ng ministry. May mga kaibigan din akong mortality rate tumaas dahil sa COVID. So, sabi ko, I had to stop. And during that time, may online classes ka pa because I'm taking my graduate school also. So, ang tindi ng pressure. And nang sinabihan ako na mapapaso na siya, tinapos ko siya. At naisalba naman. At ang kagandahan dito, di ko rin pinalano. Nagawaran pa siya ng award ng National Book Development Board. Young writers. And then yung pinakalitis nga, kakalooban ni Lord, panalo rin siya ng another book award ngayong March. Pero sabi ko, to be a finalist sa category na best book for young people, achievement na sa akin yon. To God be the glory na yun.
Congratulations.
May mga bagay kasi, Pastor, isang lesson siguro gusto kong ibahagi sa iba. May mga panalangin tayo na hindi na hindi natin hinihingi kay Lord pero binibigay niya. Kasi gusto niya para sa atin. Pero may mga panalangin naman na gustong-gusto natin makakuha na hindi binibigay ni Lord. Kasi para din sa atin yon. Para hindi tayo masaktan.
Ang natutunan ko rin talaga pag ginusto mo,
Yeah.
parang ayaw mo na ng Lord kasi baka masyado mong gusto.
Yes.
And then makalimutan mo na siya.
Totoo yun.
And then it's with anything really. You have to let it go and not want it
Yeah.
so much and show the Lord that siya pa rin ang mas gusto mo
Yeah.
kaysa sa mga to. And then he'll give to you. You're reminding me of a meme. There's a meme of this guy. He's like this. And it's like, I don't know what I'm doing. And then yung meme
Yung
ng
matanda- yung matanda.
Oh, yung matanda na gray hair. Kamukha ni Colonel Sanders, medyo. Kasi, yung basta, tuwa ako dun sa pastor, yung meme na yun. Nakalagay, pag gumagawa ako ng sermon, something like this. Gumagawa ako ng sermon na sobrang binigyan ko ng thought, walang pumapansin.
Yeah.
Pero yung parang feeling ko, hindi hinog or
Hindi
ano,
na,
yun yung bless na bless sila. I don't know what I'm doing. So with writing a book, that's been a surprise sa'yo. Like,
Yeah.
I think this is gonna be the one book that really will get the attention and in your mind, you're already thinking ahead.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, hindi naman flop, pero hindi siya naging kasing ng
hit
expectation.
naman, yes.
And then, you're saying this book right here,
Yeah.
naman, na you feel like, I have to give it the
Yeah.
time's up.
Kasi ang
And then,
talaga
yung pa yung nagkaroon ng award.
sweat and tears ang libro na yun. The struggle is really the struggle is really behind the book. And also produkto siya ng counseling. Kasi I had my internship sa counseling during the pandemic. At marami talagang suicidal, maraming mga bata talaga na hindi alam ang gagawin. So sabi ko, I mean, this is my way of helping those people. Sabi ko lang doon sa libro, you also need professional help. I'm just giving you the overview of the issues para at least you'll be aware. So parang siya, awareness building din. So in a way, ginamit ni Lord John para matulungan yung marami na dumadaan sa mental health issues.
I'm wondering now if there's a study out there na depressed people, for instance. Of course, there's a lot of factors behind
Yeah.
it. And I've looked that up. There's family problems, there's all that. But then how much of the cases that we have today, I wonder, are related sa kanilang relationships? You know, I mean like, if a person, I imagine kasi, halimbawa, isa kang tao, Jowa ka na. And you're like, I want somebody because I feel so unhappy in life. And then they finally met somebody and they give that somebody their everything, their body and whatever. And then iniwan sila. So suddenly, yung mundo nila, ginawa nilang mundo yun, umalis yung mundo nila, walang sila ng mundo, natitiran, ayaw na nila mabuhay.
Yeah.
So, talagang love struck, talagang gagamitin ng Lord sa mental health because nakatay talaga yung puso sa mental. Iniiwan yung utak kasi ng puso. Kaya kailangan yung dalawa yun mag-align.
Magsabay.
Oo.
Recently, Pastor, I had this, lumapit sa akin, heartbroken siya. Nirefer ko lang sa kanya yung sakit no more, yung kulay orange. Nakatulong sa kanya kasi bakit? Sabi niya, salamat Pastor sa libro kasi siya for my growth pati for healing purposes. Pero napansin ko Pastor, ba't mahirap mag-move on? Simple lang. Kasi we're attaching ourselves sa mga bagay na hindi dapat natin ina-attach ng matindihan. I remember the time, shout out kay Nanay, Aling Sita. Nung namatay yung aking ama, hindi siya masyadong umiyak. Pero I know, she loves my father that much. May isang sinabi sa akin na kailanman hindi ko makakalimutan. Ito rin pwedeng iwan ko sa inyo. Ang sabi niya, yung lungkot ko, walungkot ako, pero hindi lungkot na mawawala na ako ng pagkatao kasi hindi ko minahal ang tatay niyo higit kay Lord. Siguro ayun yung nakakalimutan ng marami. Na higit sa kanino man, ang mahalin natin, yung buong buhay natin, ibigay natin, ang nag-command sa atin na ibigay yung buong buhay natin, si Lord lang. Hindi natin dapat kinakapit sa iba yon.
Tama.
Kumbaga, I just had my minsan nagano lang ako random midnight vlogging lang ako purpose before partner. Ano ba ang purpose ng buhay mo? Ang purpose ng buhay mo, magkaroon ng tunay na relasyon sa Panginoon na madalas hindi nakikita ng iba. Kaya kinakapit nila, tawag namin dito mga false intimacies. Kaya tingnan nyo, Pastor, marami sa mga tao nasasaktan kasi bakit? Yung kinakapitan nila ng pag-ibig at ng buhay nila, hindi panghabang buhay, temporal. Yung mga compulsions, addictions, relasyon, money, sex, power, yun na naman bumabaksak lahat Pero if you just want to really have the peace that God wants you to have, kailangan siya talaga first love mo. Sa Kanya iikot ang buhay mo.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, yun ang nakakalimutan, Pastor, ng marami. Kaya ayun yung ayun laging baksakan ng libro ng Love Struck. For those of you who read my Love Struck books, Lagi ang last chapter doon si Jesus. Kasi ayun naman talaga ang mensahe ng Love-Struck Books.
Si Lord talaga, babalik at babalik ka pa rin talaga sa Lord. The way I word it is, we are not wired to love anyone or anything above God. The greatest commandment is love God first, and then human beings second. Pag binaliktad mo yon, minahal mo yung human being with all your heart, soul, and strength, and then you love God as yourself, I think that's the disaster. That's when people get depressed and suicidal because our wiring is not meant. We're not meant to love people more than God. And when we do, we self-destruct.
The same thing, Pastor, with marriage. Ang marriage would not give you the purpose. It would only amplify your purpose.
Yes, there you go.
In a way kasi, minsan iba, magpapakasal yung iba kasi gusto nilang sumaya. Totoo naman, gusto natin sumaya. Pero you have to understand, yung analogy sa Ephesians 5, na ang simbolo ng marriage is unity with the Lord. Diba? Although ang marriage really is the the main expression natin sa human love ng ating relasyon sa Panginoon, one of the main expressions. Ang punto ng marriage is this, is not to complete you, but to somehow make you more aware ng purpose mo dito sa lupa. Kaya ito rin I mean, may mga tao gusto nilang, di ba, you complete me, mga Jerry Maguire type na no? I mean, may isang analogy na rinig ako. This is from Pastor Herald, sabi niya, kapag complete ka, di ba, you're 1. So, 1 times 1 equals 1. Pero kung hindi ka kompleto, 0.5, tapos siya 0.5 din, you can never be 1. 0.5 plus times 0.5, 0.25? May na tayo sa math. So, ang punto, simple lang. You have to be complete first sa Panginoon before you get married. Kasi, ang problema sa iba, hinahanap nila yung completeness nila, completion, sa iba. Kaya na-frustrate sila. Diba? So, ayun ang mahirap.
Yun ang sinasabi ko sa mga kasal. Parehong-pareho kami ni Pastor Ronald talaga sa paniniwala. Magkaiba lang talaga ng wordings, ano. Kaya gawa tayo ng book jam. Nagbabatuan na tayo. Ito, transcribe natin to. Ganda ng mga lumalabas dito eh. So, I like to say in weddings especially, sino yung mga single dito? Okay, many people fail in relationships because they are expecting that somebody will complete them.
Amen.
Yun pala, hindi. So, yung false expectation. So, ang sinasabi ko lagi, if you're trying to look for someone that you can say, you complete me, no one will ever complete you. Magpakompleto ka muna kay Lord. Si Jesus ang magkukumpleto sa'yo. Kaya, wag mong hanapin yung bubuo sa'yo sa mga basag rin.
Define na natin, Pastor, kasi baka nalilito yung iba, masyadong abstract. How do you know that you're complete with the Lord? Silang definition ko niyan. Kahit wala kang jowa, masaya ka sa Panginoon. Yung parang sabi nga nila, bibigyan ka nila minsan ng isang partner pag hindi ka na naghahanap.
I mean, if I think about it, if you think about it, yung mga okay yung marriage or love life kayo na, they will all, I think, have one thing in common, and that is, hindi namin to talagang hinanap. Kasi gusto ng dati, tapos binigay ng Lord. Because that's when you know you're ready talaga. Kasi if you're not satisfied being single, you will never be content in a relationship. And that's why so many people hop on from one to another. Now, I want to talk about this guy named Joshua Harris. I think, have you ever watched his deconstruction docu? The I Kissed Dating Goodbye? Now, I want to know your thoughts, and I want to share some. So, when you heard that the godfather of True Love Waits, or yung parang ini-idol natin talaga yun eh, yung mga sinasabi niya. Ang gaganda kasi naman talaga eh, na kasi sa Amerika, ganoon talaga, dating, tapos broken-hearted sa cycle. Tapos siya lang talaga ang love-struck ng Amerika. Nagsabi ng, tigil nyo na yan. Masasaktan lang kayo. So, this happened how many years ago na rin?
Mga 3 years ago.
Is it pandemic or pandemic time? Oh yeah, that's right. I feel like it's so long ago now. Pero pandemic, I remember watching it online. So when you first heard about him saying goodbye to the faith or medyo what were your thoughts?
I'll start, Pastor, doon sa issue ng deconstruction. Lalo na uso ngayon yan sa mga kabataan ngayon. You know, mga Gen Zs, mga Alpha generation, matatalino sila eh. They would like to deconstruct everything. But the problem is this. Yung deconstructions kasi, parang analogy ko dyan, you're reading the Bible with a pair of scissors. Hinakat mong ganon. The problem is this. As you deconstruct, hindi mo na siya mabuo. Yung tipong ganon, you end up mas confused. But ang problema talaga doon, you're just destroying things. Ako honestly, a form of deconstruction na mas healthy, honestly, is you ask questions, doubts, but you have to understand, ito we're limited people, we're finite beings. Lahat ng bagay, gusto natin alamin, hindi natin malalaman lahat yan. May mga guide. But the problem is, hindi lumalapit yung iba sa main source ng wisdom. That is the Lord. Na dumadating sa punto, biktima sila ng, well, some people will call it cultural Christianity. Hindi na biblical Christianity. Okay, that's my take on the deconstruction side. Pero hindi ko kino-question. I used to be an academic. I want to question things before I accept them, no? But the problem is, kapag natatapos siya ng walang maayos na conclusion, na lalo ka nalalayo sa Panginoon, yun ang problema doon.
My thought on that is, excuse me, some people will question to really find answers, and some people will question to doubt. Kumbaga, they want to feed their doubt.
Yes.
And then what happens is, wala nangyari. Parang yung sinabi mo.
That's true.
And so
Kasi you would question everything,
you
Pastor.
have more and more questions, and then you're like, wag na nga lang.
Wag na lang.
But I like to say, I have more questions outside of the faith. So I'm not gonna go there. Galing na ako dun eh. Di ba? I mean, siguro yung iba late bloomer, hindi na naranasan yun. Kaya kung kailan Christian sila, okay, ngayon sila lang question. And then this time, galit na sila. Kaya yung questioning nila, may kasama ng anger. So,
that's true.
Hindi na para kumang...
Kaya, Pastor, mapapansin mo, when you read the Psalms, King David, maraming doubts eh. So Psalm 139 may portion doon, sabi doon, Lord, search my heart, any anxious thoughts in me. Kasi marami tayong mga anxious thoughts na minsan di natin alam paano isettle. Pero ang ganda kay David, ano man ang mangyari, Lord, di man kita maintindihan, sa'yo pa rin ako kakapit. At ayun yung kabaliktaran na nangyayari sa iba, nasa halip na lalong mga palapit sa Panginoon, lalo lumalayo.
Yes, baliktad parang,
that's the problem.
Lord, pag di mo sinagot to,
yun. Kasi
na
God has an obligation na sagutin lahat ng tanong mo.
Entitlement. Spirit of entitlement yun.
Okay, going back to Parin Joshua. As I said, nabasa ko siya when I was in college. Siguro graduating na ako nung. And I was really inspired by the book. Although may context siya, Pastor. Kasi iba ang dating culture sa Amerika kumpara sa atin. Kasi ang culture sa Amerika, hook up, di ba? Makita lang kayo once. Kahit sa mga movies, di ba? Minsan lang makita yung leading lady, nagbebengbangan na.
Oo.
So, ganun ang kultura sa Amerika. Which is, I would say, hindi pa ganun masyado during that time na binasa ko sa Pilipinas. Pero hindi ko pwedeng sabihin na lahat ng sinabi ni Parin Joshua doon mali. It's just that, I don't know what happened to him. Maaaring nasuway siya ng public opinion na sinasabi ng iba kasi na they were harmed by the book. Pero ba't hindi niyo natanong yung mga, tanong ko rin naman, ba't hindi mo natanong yung mga natulungan? Kumbaga, di ba parang sa journalism, kung may mga nagre-reklamo, dapat meron ka rin in-interview na nag-prosper, naging maayos. So palagay ko may konting problema ako in a way na naging one-sided in a way. Pero nonetheless, sasabihin ng iba, ititapon mo na yung libro ni Joshua Harris. No, I still have my copies of Joshua Harris books in my library. Kasi ang punto, yung pinapresent niya doon is really for you to discipline yourself towards purity. Di ba may anti-kiss ka dati? Bagaman hindi kayang gawin ng mga couples na mag-antay ng mag-kiss. Pero ang punto ito, hindi naman problema yung mga sinabi niya doon per se. It's just that, yung nag-receive, tama ba yung puso, paano niya na-receive yun? So, siguro doon ko muna tatapusin, Pastor, yung discourse. At we keep on praying na si Parin Joshua ay...
Bumalik din. Oo.
Yeah, kasi nag-confess siya, di ba? He's living. Di ba sabi nga ni J.R. Tolkien, di ba? Not all who wander are lost. Pero parang sa kanya, parang nag-decision siya
Yeah, maybe late bloomer si Parin Josh. Kasi like I said, for me, sinagad ko na yung pagiging bad ko eh. Alam ko na yung nandun. Parang ayokong bumalik na doon kasi I'm more miserable there. And I think for some people, if hindi nila nasagad yung side
palagay ko rin, Pastor, yung looking beyond the behavior, baka may mga issues talaga. Personal na kailangan niya ng healing and counseling.
Now, when I first heard about it, here are my thoughts on Josh. Of course, nakakalungkot kasi you're a prominent Christian leader, marami kang influence, and then lalabas-labas ka ng ganyan, lalo na yung paninira ng against purity, for instance. So, may sumulat sa kanya, para sa mga hindi nakakalam, na sinunod ko naman yung libro mo, na maghintay ako, keep myself pure.
Although, Pastor, ito, meron din kasi extreme side ng purity culture na naging legalistic.
Pwedeng yun ang pwedeng nating discuss.
Yung excesses.
Yung lahat.
Yung excesses, i-correct mo yun. Pero yung mga tama, wag mo maitapon.
So sabi nung sumulat sa kanya, siya yung nagsabi na, yun ang trigger sa kanya ng, okay, maybe I need to take back what I said. Kasi na-feel bad siya na yung nga, may nagintay, tapos nag-marry ng virgin,
Yeah.
tapos kung ano sinabi, hindi daw sila compatible, kung ano, and then now they're divorced and separated.
Yeah.
Bakit ganun?
Yeah.
So, they're questioning what he said. But my thought is this, it's not really Joshua. I mean, some of these things are from him, but guess what? A lot of these are from the Word of God.
Yeah.
So if I can tell Josh, hey, you can't deconstruct or you can't take back what is
Yeah.
not even yours in the first place. So go ahead and take back your whatever contribution in that book, but the Word of God remains.
Yeah.
It stays. Kumbaga. So if you read that book and you find some things na si Josh to, but if you know it's from a biblical perspective,
May isa pa nga sa libro,
or
Pastor.
inspiration niya is
Yung
the
isa pa sa
Bible.
libro, dalawang libro yung nabasa ko pa tungkol doon sa masturbation.
Yung not even a hint.
That even and then yung don't date the church. Maganda rin yung dalawang libro na yun.
Maganda. I mean,
Maganda rin.
like I said, I think you don't have to cancel the book. Eh.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's biblical, if it's aligned with our belief, the person, okay, wag mo na munang basahin yung latest niya siguro. I mean, that docu is interesting kasi nga tinitiri niya yung purity talaga, yung purity culture. And my thoughts in the end of it is, hey everyone, purity is not the enemy.
Yeah.
People will not be miserable
And
because...
it is not person-centered.
Yes.
Kahit sino nagsasabi niyan, kung nagkamali man, ihihiwalay mo yung nagkamali sa mensahe.
That's it. So anyways, we're running out of time. We have too many things to talk about here. I noticed there's is that new logo for Love Struck right
This
there?
is the logo na pinroduce namin siguro 5 years ago.
Okay, it's been 5 years. Okay, ngayon lang siya nakita na napansin.
Okay, shout out. Ang nag-create nito si Pastor Kit Cabullo.
Yay.
Dati siyang OMF marketing staff. So, ganda kasi yun love the Lord your God with all your heart. Horizontal, pati vertical. And then yung puso.
Galing. LS. So, ayun.
LS.
Hindi, dami niyang mga pwedeng pag-usapan. Yan pala, pwede ng episode. Yung logo lang eh. And of course, I'm wearing this shirt.
Meron yung pastor sa likod.
Okay.
Na logo.
Kita natin. So, likod yung logo.
Meron pang verse yan.
Okay, mine, Love Struck, white shirt, sa mga mamshies. So, this Love Struck, this coming Love Struck, what's new, what's exciting? Let's tell our people para in case they can still make habol.
Sa February 28, I hope mas maraming Gen Z and Gen Alpha makapunta kasi we're engaging a new generation, Pastor. At kahit yung mga magulang, I hope you can come so that you can also listen to the message na maaaring hindi pumunta mga anak ninyo pero i-relay nyo sa kanila. Would focus on mental health. Ano si Pastor, pinipili lang namin yung mga topic kasi we cannot discuss them all. It seems na 4 yung kailangan ngayon. Mental health, youth leadership given the mga flood control tsaka leadership integrity issues, and then hindi mawawala basta love life. And then I would conclude of course spiritual stronghold destruction. So 4 kami, and then in between meron tayong mga testimonies, special number, and also of course we will have some praise and worship time sa Panginoon.
In surprise, mamigay ng brand new car. Hindi mo alam. But we got Pastor Reggie, who I just had on the program. Shout out sa iyo. My spiritual dad.
Si Professor Adrian. Klase mo, Pastor.
Oh, right. And we also have Ate Maloy.
Yeah.
So these are what you're going to expect in this Love Struck happening at Coneta. This is 9 a.m. start?
8:30 a.m. to 5
8:30
p.m.
a.m. to 5 p.m. Sulit yan, promise.
Magbubukas ang gate siguro as early as 7 a.m.
Saka, pogit, magaling daw yung mga host.
Yes, Pastor. Peace bomb.
I'll see you there. But as we close this, you want to give any shout-outs, any other invitations?
Yeah, shout out sa aking mga staff sa Love Struck Movement. Hindi ko kayo maisa-isa pero maraming salamat sa pakikiisa at pakikipagtulungan. Of course, hindi ko makalimutan yung aking Dearest G. Hindi ko siya kasama ngayon pero isa siya sa mga pillar ng Love Struck. Siya yung tumutulong sa akin sa lahat ng mga ginagawa ko. And then shout out sa aking mga staff sa Generation 316, Pastora Arlene, Pastora Jalo, si Erica, at yung aking mga staff, Princess, Saisha, Jasmine. So, and also yung kaibigan natin sa social media. I'm planning to do a series of vlogs after this season. Kasi Pastor, I'm more of the writing, pero I feel na I have this season na I really have to start my series of vlogs. Marami akong gustong i-discuss. Kulang lang tayo sa oras. So, gagayahin na kita.
Babalik ka na lang.
Ito, Lodi ko.
Invite na lang kita ulit.
Yeah, thank you, Pastor.
And pag-usapan natin ibang topics dyan. Marami naman eh. But thank you. Yeah, and congratulations on Love Struck,
Thank you, Pastor.
on its movement. Kasi maraming movement yan. Book, seminar, nagka-camp pa.
Yeah.
Diba? Then I remember even 2 years ago, we were there with Pastor Stephen Prado, and ang dami pa. Is there anything else that's coming in your mind na, I mean, meron pa bang mga hindi pa
Talking about the
nangyayari?
campus tour. And also, I would discuss siguro sa conference, we're introducing a spiritual formation course.
Okay.
And that would be a holistic discipleship course na i-offer namin sa mga churches. More of that, palagi ko madidiscuss ko sa conference. Okay, so
Abangan nyo yun.
Abangan nyo yun.
Pag-pray nyo yun. At yan po ang ating love specialist
Tama, especially.
love specialist
Mag-expert.
Joshua Harris of the Philippines minus the deconstruction kasi construction lang para sa construction lang
construction
tayo.
ng katawan.
No faith and all that. And yes, I hope to work with you some more. I mean, we've been
Basta maraming
in
salamat sa partnership.
How many years na?
I mean, I cannot remember yung pinakuli. Pero yung nag-host ka 2016.
But it's surprising na na name pa lang ikaw pumunta dito. So nakakarami na ako sa iyo. So pabalik-balik ito. So let me know anong gusto niyo pag-usapan namin next time.
Yeah.
That's it for today. Thank you so much again, and I hope you guys were blessed. My name is Jordan, and magpapaalam na kami. Don't forget, only dead fish swim with the current. So gaya ni Pastor Ronald, let's go.
Against the flow.
Kontra mi sa sug, kutok yang angos. Laban ako sa aking